Imagery like in paintings. Dramatic storylines like in literature. And emotional music like in opera. Contemporary computer games reach new artistic heights. To many, the combination of different art forms reminds one of Richard Wagner's 19th century ideal of the all-embracing work of art.
Wagner
developed the concept of the total work of art with the intention that the set, music, acting, dancing, all of the individual components that play an important role in a theatrical performance should merge to get the perfect result.
No game has met this high goal yet, but in some areas they've certainly come a long way. The Life is Strange series brilliantly captures the drama of growing up. In Horizon Zero Dawn, the fictitious landscape functions as a gigantic backdrop that can be explored by the players. It's a world populated by mysterious robotic creatures. In many video games, the soundtrack plays an important role. Like in Journey, the minimalistic game portrays the progression of life. So-called co-op games can only be played with 2 players. In A Way Out, players lead characters through a prison breakout. Playing feels like a dance for 2. Lebanese-Swedish director Josef Fares is the game's developer. He wrote the screenplays for a number of successful Swedish films, but to him, game design is the highest form of creativity.
I love games. I love how they are, and I think there's a big opportunity also from creatively to do something that really hasn't been done before. I mean, movies are fun too, but it's a different thing, and I think games will have a way greater impact in the future than films will ever have, actually.
The director of Berlin's Computer Game Museum is Andreas Lange. He's an expert on the cultural value of gaming. He believes that through their interactivity, video games offer many new possibilities.
In comparison to the classic media of storytelling, the interactivity of computer games allows players to take on different perspectives, experience various things, and of course, to influence the course of the story itself.
But the interactivity can also be a hurdle. As each player has the power to influence the plot, too many limitations can ruin the gaming experience. Telling a complex story is not so easy.
You can't just write a story like a movie. In a movie you can control everything more. Here you have to know like when this scene will come in and when this fits, and what will gameplay be here, what will you play.
Normally, Wagner expert Udo Bernbach's forte isn't gaming. But does the professor see similarities to Wagner's total work of art?
I believe there are some parallels when you consider the soundtrack, the aesthetic value of the images, and the possibility of variation, which are all elements that also play a role in Wagner's total work of art. And I can imagine that if Wagner were confronted with video games, they would fascinate him.
Games have the potential to combine different art forms. Not every game developer will create a universal piece of art right away, but expectations of aesthetic standards are certain.